Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's been a while. I don't think anyone's sitting around their computer waiting for me to show back up, so I don't think I really need to apologize for being absent. But I'm actually here today to ask for help. Hopefully, this video provides some insights to some other folks. Hopefully, it prevents you from buying a Ford Taurus. That's what I'm working on today. I got an issue that I need help with. So I'm going to tell you where I'm at, what's going on, what I've done, and see if somebody maybe can provide some insights. Anyway, without further ado, let me tell you where I'm at. So this car had I apologize for not knowing the P code, but it had some sort of P trouble code that said it was camshaft sensor communication, bank whatever, sensor whatever. So I think it was bank 1 sensor A. I think it was the exhaust camshaft position sensor on the rear head. It was the exhaust. So I replaced a sensor. I didn't think that was going to be it, but I wanted to rule it out. Sure enough, it was not it. From what I was reading from that trouble code, it was saying it's most likely a communication broken wire. It's not going to be the sensor itself. So that was correct. It wasn't. Just to make sure I didn't have my banks and my sensors swapped, I swapped it through all 4 camshaft position sensors. It didn't fix anything. So I told my son, I said, I think, it's a camshaft position sensor. It had a extremely small idling issue, a little bit of a extremely small rough idle. I said, I've never seen that evolve into anything. You're fine to drive it. Well, a week later, this dadgum car just catastrophically failed. So started looking at some things. Bottom line is, first of all, first note number one, on this car, on these Ford engines, these newer Ford engines, you cannot rotate the crankshaft counterclockwise. So just throw that out there right now. If you don't know that, you cannot do it. It won't roll the engine counterclockwise. You will actually jump the timing chain on the crankshaft. They're designed that way. I don't know why, but when you do that, you can see the chain start to slip off of the sprocket. You can see the guide hop out of the way, and it will just jump a link. Okay, so we didn't do that at that point. What happened was the car itself jumped timing. My son came home. He said the car is dead. It's not doing anything. It's completely crapped out. So we stuck a ratchet on it, tried to roll it over. It did not roll over at all. But hang on, let me back up. I told him to turn it off. It sounded terrible. I said, turn the car off. He turned the car off. I looked, make sure we didn't have a connector loose. It was running like a tractor, like it was missing on 4 cylinders. It sounded terrible. I told him, go ahead and try to crank it again. He hit the button and smoke started coming from the starter. So I said, stop, turn it off. Then I stuck it ratchet on the crankshaft, and it would not roll over. Engine was completely seized. So I said, I think you jumped timing. Let me see if it goes counterclockwise. That's when I tried it, and you just get a clicking noise, and you can spin it all you want counterclockwise until you make that contact with those valves again. So long story short, what's already a long story short, wrap it up, is we jumped time. Car jumped time. We had contact with valves. I said, nothing we can do at this point but take the heads off and see what's going on. So we tore it down, took the heads off. Sorry, I'm jumping around. Did a compression test on the front bank. So let me turn the camera around here, if it will let me. Oh, it won't let me turn my camera around while I'm filming. So anyway, front bank, 3 cylinders on a Ford. It's from the passenger side. I think the camera's backwards because I'm in selfie mode, right? I'm in rear camera, so it's backwards. But from the passenger side, cylinders 1, 2, 3. From the front side, cylinders 4, 5, 6. So sucked the compression tester on the back. I had 130 psi, all cylinders. Stuck it on the front. I had 70, 0, and about 110. So never had 0 compression on a cylinder before. So I pulled the head off, Actually, I stuck an inspection camera down and I could see that the valves were stuck open, but took the head off. Clearwater Cylinder Heads out of Tampa. So far, I'm extremely satisfied with the product that they sent me. They sent me a good head. I've got the head on here. Need to send my other one back, by the way. Sorry, guys. Give me maybe a couple more days. I got to get it packaged up and sent back to you. It's sitting right there, by the way. So anyway, Clearwater Cylinder Heads out of Clearwater, Tampa, Florida. Pretty cool company. So $400, I get a cylinder head sent to me. Get it put on the car. God, I'm jumping all over. I apologize. So the first thing I did was I also bought a timing chain set because it jumped time for a reason, right? So these engines, apparently, from what I'm reading, are known to stretch timing chains. Bought the kit. All the guides, all the tensioners, timing chain, replaced everything, put the new cylinder head on, got the timing set, cranked it up. It runs good, starts good, but it's got a terrible idle again, which is the problem that it was having before it completely crapped out. So I'm at a loss. I had good compression on the back. What I assume is good compression, 130 PSI seems pretty darn good. So I need to do a compression test on the new head, on the front head first. That'll give me a benchmark to compare to the back head and figure out, maybe I got 200 on the front, so maybe 130 is not good. But I need to verify that. Other than that, I'm at a loss. I don't know what else to do. I have checked my these solenoids here, the VCT solenoids, variable valve, oil control valve solenoids. Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. There's two of them in here. There's a camshaft and a exhaust and an intake camshaft. There's one on both heads. Two on both heads. Two on the back. Two on the front. I checked those with 12 volts. They're clicking. They're good. The only other thing I can think of is the phaser. But for the most part, from what I've read online, is that when those phasers fail and you put new ones on, the problem comes right back. So I think the failed camshaft phaser is a symptom, and it's not the root cause of the problem. So again, I'm at a loss. Other than doing the compression test and the leak down test, I don't know why it's got a rough idle. It's not really throwing trouble codes, but if you drive it long enough, it will actually still jump time. And before any of you say, well, there's something wrong with the timing chain, whatever, it's all new components. I don't think the timing chain's a problem. I'm looking for somebody to think outside the box. If your solution is replace the timing chain, that doesn't help me any. So any ideas? Anyone who's worked on these, I'm having P17, P9. If you drive it long enough, if you drive it for 2 or 3 days, it will jump time at least 2 links. It was off 2 links after 3 days, so I just had to reset the time again today, which you can do without pulling the timing chain cover. By the way, I'm not even going to get into the liability of that, but you can do it if you're creative enough. P17, P19, camshaft to crankshaft correlation error. Other than that, there's no trouble codes. Well, the car has a 420, 430 catalytic converter trouble code, but I don't think that's related. So any ideas? Hit me up, shoot me comments, questions. I'll check things, but I'm kind of at a loss. I'm looking for some helpful advice. If you got anything, let me know. Thanks for watching.